Ravitch, welcome. Phenomenal game we're seeing play out on ESPN. We should have a similar one here. In fact, partner, every time there's an SEC game, we may say the same thing.
Yeah, no doubt, Ravi. You are 10 teams inside the top 25 right now as we come out of non-conference play. Arguably the most dominant conference in the history of college basketball is what the SEC has put on the floor this year. And to your point, you've got to win your home games. Tennessee comes in, the #1 ranked team in the country. They played like it on both ends of the floor. They'll be challenged by a very tough, talented Arkansas team.
Right.
Remember John Calipari? He won last year in this building.
He did. An unprecedented pre-conference resume for all the SEC teams. Let's take a look at today's Sonic Blockbuster matchup. We're going to focus on the point guards, a couple of New York City kids. One's a freshman, and one's been here a long time in Tennessee.
Yeah, both of them hardened their game on the blacktop courts of that New York City area. Boogie Flan, one of the best point guards in college basketball in that freshman class. And there's 4 or 5 of them that are legit dudes. Zakai Ziegler, the SEC Defensive Player of the Year, not a better on-ball defender in the country. That is a terrific matchup. Both guys are the head of the snake for their team.
Ziegler will take this very personally when there is a freshman, Boogie Flan, who got a whole bunch of attention into this season, and he has begun to get a little more comfortable. I think it's important contextually to remember where we are in the season. This is still learning curve time for these kids.
It is, and both teams are dialed in on we've got to get better. Now, obviously, you're trying to win ball games right now and continue to enhance your resume. Both these teams will be NCAA tournament teams. And Tennessee right now tracking to be a #1 seed, if not the #1 overall seed. But man, a lot of work ahead of them the next 8 or 9 weeks.
We're ready for tip of our Sonic Blockbuster matchup. Flan had it, and the hands of Tennessee knock it loose. We'll get to the starting lineups in a moment. It is Ziegler who handles the ball for the Vols in white, and Arkansas the road red. Great pass and a flush.
Tennessee burning that Arkansas pressure off on the first possession.
Arkansas starting 5, Flan and Wagner. Wagner, of course, a transfer for Kentucky. So was Adu Firo. He's been phenomenal. Carter Knox has started the last couple of games.
Right, the very first possession by Tennessee, Arkansas going to really pressure and deny those wings. A little bit of confusion on the ball side of the floor allows Milicic with an easy slip.
First foul of the game on Jonas Adu, and they will boo the heck out of him all day. He is a transfer from Tennessee, now finds himself at Arkansas. They go low, ball deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Vols. It's been the starting lineup for all 13 games. They've won them all, and they have dominated nearly every one of them.
2 in white for Tennessee. Chaz Lanier has taken up the scoring punch that Dalton Knecht took with him to the NBA, the leading scorer for the Volunteers at right at 20 points a game.
That's him with the ball there, Lanier. Chaz transfer out of North Florida. Knecht, of course, transfer as well, and now killing it at the NBA. 5 on the shot clock. Ziegler, Wagner on him. 3 on the shot clock. He lets fly and comes up short. And a breakout for Wagner ahead of the field, and an easy one.
Yeah, that's on Tennessee. Zakai Ziegler takes the shot. He's the point guard. Those other 2 perimeter players got to rotate back.
Parra trying to work down low against Adu, who has 1 foul to start this game.
Ravi, Arkansas is dynamic in transition, shooting 72% in transition plays. You've got to keep them out of those running plays.
Well, they had him, and it looked like Lanier just stopped his cut. And the turnover leads to our first look at John Calipari. A little haircut, looks real good, and he's going to have some work to do with his team in a conference in which they are not picked to finish in the top 4 or 5, while Tennessee, Auburn, Alabama, Florida all are.
Yeah, we've known him for a long time, a good close friend, and he looks refreshed, re-energized. He's lost weight, and he is heck bent on getting Arkansas to a Final Four.
Well, they got Wagner hot early. He's got 4. And DJ Wagner, his last 6, has been shooting lights out from 3.
If you cannot guard the ball against Arkansas, you're in trouble.
Wow, Lanier got rid of that in less than a second. His first 3.
He's making almost 5 3-point shots per game over the last 9. A lights-out shooter.
What a matchup that is. Meshack and Firo, and he turns it over. Milicic. Meshack, and he drives, dishes. That's a big-time block by Adu. his last 6 games, penetrates and kicks. 15 of the shot clock as Fland resets. Wagner's 3. Oh, DJ's got them all so far for Arkansas.
Great job by Arkansas to make that heavy gap pressure of Tennessee work against them. 2 guys converged on the ball, frees up Wagner in the corner.
Milicek continues, and he lost it. Adu picked it up after that collision with Fland. Hot start for Arkansas. Wagner's got all 7. Adu down low. He will get fouled by his old buddy Mashack. Jonas Adu will go to the free throw line.
Arkansas is built to go downhill, and Wagner that time shoots the pull-up floater. But it all starts with that NASCAR cut curling into the ball. And on the very next possession, you make Tennessee's heavy gap pressure converge on that ball, a quick kick out right to the shot pocket. Really good offense by Arkansas to start this game.
Jimmy, he's averaging just under 10 a game, Wagner, and he already has 7 as Adu hears it from the Tennessee crowd. The NIL world, and Adu was a fixture here in the middle for Tennessee. It was an opportunity to lead, maybe a different style of play for Arkansas, and he took it. And he missed both.
Now you think about Adu last year playing for Tennessee. At Arkansas, he had 23 points and 12 rebounds. It's the world we live in.
Fland picks up the foul out top on Ziegler. The age difference between the two, they never played against each other in high school or in New York City. But trust me, they are very familiar with each other. And we'll get more so over the remainder of this game.
Yeah, two point guards out of that New York City area with a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence. Hard to rattle either one of those kids.
Ziegler drives all the way to the hole. Fland was wondering where the help was.
Now there was no help, and Ziegler's got that second gear man, just explosive to the rim. Ziegler shooting percentage at the rim about 15% higher than he was a year ago.
Fland drives in the middle of the trees. He kicks it, knocks Spurs 3. That's good. Arkansas on fire early in this game.
Once again, though, Tennessee's inability to stay in front of the basketball, allowing free jump shots for the Razorbacks.
Milicic wrapped that by Thero. Now the left side touch. Big, tall Igor Milicic.
Both teams very comfortable, Rabbi, playing in the low 80s, and that's the pace we're on right now. Very aggressive offensive teams.
Arkansas 4 for 4 so far as Knox throws it away.
Now Tennessee's down 1, but they've found a little bit of their groove on the offensive end. It all starts with Zakai Ziegler. He's small, but he plays even bigger at the rim. Very explosive. He sees plays low as a small guard. Milicic, such a versatile kid. Not a three-point shooter so far this year, but very capable.
You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Now the SEC Network loaded slate of men's college basketball conference action today. 4 o'clock Eastern time, 3 Central. Auburn, many say they're the best team in the country, though they're number 2. Tennessee number 1. They host Missouri. Oklahoma, the other unbeaten, along with Tennessee and Florida, who are just about set to lose their first game. Alabama's terrific. The night capped off by the Lone Star State rivalry game. Texas and number 13, A&M. The SEC is an absolute gauntlet.
Yeah, could very well put 12, maybe 13 teams, which would be a historical number in that NCAA tournament. They have done their work in non-conference play. And now the challenge is every ball game, man, you got to get up to that magic level that my head coach Eddie Sutton used to talk about. Difficult to do over a 9-week stretch.
Cade Phillips into the game there for Tennessee in 12. He sets that high screen. Also into the game now for Arkansas, number 1. Janelle Davis, a terrific shooter, has missed a couple of games with a sore wrist. Adu a pain down low, fighting with Ziegler. And Jonas Adu's gotten very close to both Zakai Ziegler and Jemai Mashack, a couple of former teammates here early in this one.
Yeah, both teams a little careless with the ball to start with. Arkansas with 3 turnovers already, now Tennessee with 3. And you expect to have a serious edge about you at the beginning of conference play. certainly want to stay within your discipline, you know.
Billy Richmond, the third into the game, 2:24 for Arkansas. Nearly a 5-second violation as Tennessee applied full court pressure on the inbounds. Wagner sees the lane, throws it up high. Richmond can't bring it down. Also into the game, Jordan Gainey, and he's off to a very good start. We saw that buzzer beater against Illinois when he went coast to coast. His shooting is terrific as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a better sixth man in all of college basketball than number 11 in white.
Milicic used the ball fake with Thero on him and can't get it off. 4 on the shot clock. Gainey fires it up. That's going to be well off. Good defense that time by Arkansas on the perimeter.
Yeah, rather outstanding by Arkansas to just keep their butt to the basket and stay between the ball.
How about Adu Thero, who leads this team in points, rebounds, steals. He's done it all for Calipari, the transfer from Kentucky.
Calipari produces a lot of NBA players after 1 year. His job developing Adu Thero probably as good as he's had in his coaching career.
Milicic will fire. That's good.
Matt, I mentioned earlier that he's not shot the three-point shot well this year, 22%, but he was 38% last year. The stroke is really good. It's not broke.
A couple of guys struggling early on with their three-point shooting. Ziegler's another one. Milicic has 7, and Wagner turned it over. Ziegler from behind didn't see Davis, and they're going to get Janelle Davis with a foul.
Tennessee so good with strong gap help and attacking the ball with 2 hands. Here's Milicic, just dials it up, and that release right there, it goes in at a high rate in practice. Rick Barnes continues to tell him, shoot every open shot. I don't mind you taking a couple of contested ones. We still have confidence in you. And a big step if he starts scoring from 3.
Yeah, he is 6'10", 225. Igor Milicic, who played at Charlotte and UVA out of Croatia, takes a seat on the bench. Lanier back in. You look at Meshack, he's got a little pink tape around the 2 fingers on his left hand. He's absorbing contact now and trying to learn how to play with that. Has it now. He rolls into Adu, up over him, and no good. And a good hustle rebound there as Trayvon Brazil will pick up the foul. Phillips picks up the offensive board and the foul.
Yeah, this kid, Cade Phillips, says no one has improved more from last year to this year for Tennessee than 12 in white. And he is Barnes' type of guy. Relentless, physical, unselfish. A tone setter, a real culture guy going forward for this volunteer program.
Born in Birmingham, Alabama. I mean, he is as Alabama as you can get. Nearly everybody in his family. His grandfather, All-America defensive lineman for Bear Bryant. Father, quarterback at Alabama. And yet here he is playing basketball in Tennessee. They get the violation and a turnover for the Vols.
Great job by Arkansas to just lock up and take it personal. I mean, every possession once you get to conference play is magnified, and Arkansas with a great job on their out-of-bounds under defense.
Carlson Dubar now into the game. He wears 8 for Tennessee. Both these teams go about 9 deep, and that's it. Sometimes difficult to field 10 to practice with, given some injuries and some decisions on players leaving school. Ball on the floor. It's a scrum diving forward. Who are they going to get? Cade Phillips, again, with all those football roots, like a loose ball, went to pick up the fumble. It looked like he slid right by everything, but he gets called.
You know, Cade Phillips actually had Division I scholarship offers as a sophomore as a linebacker, talking about 12 in white. He's now 6'9", but when he dove in for that loose ball, he just clipped the feet of the Arkansas offensive player, and that's the right call.
12-50 to play. Davis can launch. He does. That's a little too strong. The long rebound. Adu got into a little mess over there with Chaz Lanier. That gets the crowd. They have an opportunity to yell at Jonas Adu. They're going to take it.
Happen, is it not? Jonas Adu now starting to get healthy for Arkansas. Really battled an ankle injury, a foot injury for most of the preseason.
It sounds loud there. It's going to be loud here as well. Thank you very much, Jay and Dan, and welcome everybody. Thompson Bowling Arena at the Food City Center. Jimmy Dykes, Karl Ravech. A little cut there, a backdoor cut that worked exactly the way Tennessee started the game. They get a couple more points and now lead Arkansas 14-12.
Yeah, Tennessee burning off that Arkansas defensive pressure a couple of possessions early.
Too strong for Flan. The rebound comes all the way to him. The freshman fired it up and missed there. Richardson's tip no good. And Big Z, Zvonimir Ivisic into the game. He lost it. And this is the type of action we have seen in our first 12 minutes. It's a little bit rugby, a little bit football, and a lot of basketball.
Arkansas really heavy ball pressure and denying one pass away, and boom, there's a cut right there. A really good read by Chaz Lanier. A natural-born scorer is 2 and white, and this is the tenacity that you're going to see all year long in this league, not just in this game. And this league has risen to a whole nother level. The talent, more NBA players on opening day rosters than any league the SEC has put in again this year.
Ball being inbounded underneath the Tennessee basket. Rick Barnes got a chance to talk with that official Don Daly. He, Courtney Green, Will Howard, the officials today's game. Brazil was all over Zakai Ziegler in the backcourt.
You got one of the best freshman point guards in the country in Flan taking on Zakai Ziegler, one of the best overall point guards in the country.
Lanier pulls up and knocks it down. He's the guy that has, in a lot of ways, replaced Dalton Knecht's offense. His shooting, his prolific scoring. He leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, the numbers are very similar to where Dalton Knecht was a year ago this time.
Tennessee turning it up defensively after a fast start for Arkansas. And in particular, DJ Wagner, who had the first 7. He has the ball now. Lucille had a 3 and passed it up. Another turnover. He knocks down another one. It takes no time for Chaz Lanier to load and fire an 11-0 run.
That Tennessee run game is dynamic, and Lanier is so good, Ravi, at the full-speed sprint and finding his feet behind that three-point line. Rise, release, rotation, big-time result for Chaz Lanier.
We've already seen one blockbuster in the SEC where already a team that was unbeaten has lost. Kentucky holds court at home. And speaking of courts, these two have been on many. They have known each other for a long time. Very good friends. And the active Division I leaders in victories, Calipari 1, Rick Barnes 2. Familiar faces, obviously a new place for John Calipari. That's Jimmy Dykes. I'm Karl Ravech. Welcome, everybody. Really pumped up for an SEC season, Jimmy, in which the pre-conference results were better than any in the history of college basketball.
Yeah, dominating. I mean, the SEC Ravi tracking right now 12, maybe even 13 teams in that NCAA tournament. They have gotten it done, man, in non-conference in a big boy way. Still interesting to see John Calipari in Razorback red instead of Kentucky blue, but his style, how they play, very similar to what we've seen the last 15 years up in Lexington. Downhill drivers, they get on the glass. Rick Barnes and John Calipari, Ravi, they've known each other for 45 years. There's no surprises at all in the preparation between Cal and Coach Barnes.
You been working out? Is that a new coat? You need a bigger coat?
Yeah, that's my bad shoulder.
Yeah, they coached against each other in like 1970 when they were both volunteering at Pittsburgh at a kids camp. Barnes' team actually won with Sean Miller on that team of all things. Here they are years later. Both teams shooting the ball well, each over 50%. In fact, Tennessee, a big time block there by Big Z, who's one of the guys that, along with Thiero and Wagner, transferred for Kentucky to Arkansas.
Big Z has to get his confidence back at a high level. He's been knocked down a little bit. Now, thankfully for Arkansas, watch out.
Here's another block. That'll help. 2 quick ones for Zvonimir Ivisic.
But Brazil and Adu have stepped up in the absence of Big Z playing at a high level. But they need all 3 of those guys in this conference play.
Bars 3, no good. Good rebound, Phillips. He's ferocious. But how about Flan coming from behind with a pick?
Boogie Flan competes, Ravi, at both ends of the floor. Unusual for a true freshman point guard.
Arkansas missed their last 5 after starting this game red hot. Wagner had the first 7. not scored since. He's got the ball now with 8 on the shot clock. Too far away from the basket. They were going to start that. It's deflected out of the bound by Lanier with 5 to go on the shot clock.
Watching film with Tennessee yesterday before practice, time and time again, the emphasis was we have to guard the ball, bear hug the ball, keep Arkansas from being a downhill driving team.
That's what Thiero does as well as anybody on this team, and he absorbs contact but throws it up without hitting the iron.
There will be a confrontation at the rim every night in this league.
Lanier set up a 3. That one is no good from Gainey. Look at Phillips working right at Ivica, who affected that one. Big C's presence being felt. Thiero, and that may have caused some pain there. Down on the ground is both Thiero and Gainey. Gainey is okay. Thiero already up. Our recap right now, our Sonic Blockbuster game recap. You see the shooting numbers up top. Wagner again the first 7. Lanier effectively replaced Dalton Connect's offense. He's 4 for 4. He transferred in. He's got 10. And each team has had a handful of turnovers, and that's attributable to some erratic play, but the defense of both teams has been very good.
Yeah, I think both defenses are really on edge to start this game. Very well prepared, blowing up dribble handoffs, making every catch a tough one.
34 in white. Felix Okpara into the game. Adu back in. Ivica goes to the bench as Wagner fires way off to the left. Arkansas's gone cold here. They're 0 for their last 7. And Lanier, they're going to call a foul, I think, on Knox. Yes, on Knox.
Tennessee goes with a double drag option in their transition offense. Too big, setting a ball screen. I like Arkansas being aggressive, trying to knock that thing out, man, towards the timeline, but fouling negates effort.
Chaz Lanier to inbound. He has made twice as many threes as anyone. He's got 51 of the team's 115 coming in. And he's already knocked a few down today. His release is lightning quick. 6 on the shot clock. Ziegler will have to work quickly with 3. Penetrates against Flan, throws it up high, nearly deflected in. A great effort by Okpara. He skated on the floor here, didn't get called for the travel. Hard drive by Wagner, no good.
Man, Arkansas brings that thing with force, though, don't they, in transition? And there's some multiple guys, Wagner, Flan, Thiero, they all bring it 100 miles an hour.
Mismatch here, Ziegler with Knox, he gets that.
Throw it up.
And the alley-oop to Okpara.
That is money for Tennessee. That middle ball screen, man, it's almost unguardable with a big that has that much foot speed rolling out of it.
Largest lead of the game, 9 now for Tennessee.
Spread and drive them if you're Arkansas.
Flan, Wagner, Ziegler pressured him. Then they're going to get him with a foul, Zakai Ziegler. And this should be 3 or 2. We'll find out.
Maybe that middle ball screen action by Tennessee. Zakai Ziegler calls for it. And Okpara sets it. And as soon as Adu comes over and gets above that roll, man, that's just easy money.
And if anybody knows that play,
it's Jonas Adu. He used to do it last year.
He was on the receiving end of those. It was a 2-point attempt by Wagner, so he will get 2 free throws.
Bad foul by Double Z, though, man. The clock was down to 5 seconds. He's not going to be a shot blocker at 5'9" on the perimeter.
Wagner misses. He's only taken 8 free throws into this game. The guy that drives and gets fouled a lot is Adu Thiero. Cal, as you said, they drive it hard, but they would like to see their team go to the free throw line a little bit more.
Well, and Wagner's the guy, to your point. That's only his, 9th and 10th free throw attempt on the year. He's too big, too physical, too strong to not get to that line.
Bishop Boswell came in, and his pass down low got away from Milicic. Those free throws were the first points since the 14-23 mark over a 6-minute drought. Knox. That's off to the right. Okpara with a good rebound and a box out of Adu.
Ravi, you can get some good looks against Tennessee by forcing their gap pressure to make a longer recovery to the three-point shooter. You just got to make
boy, Lanier was going up hard, and it was Thiero who took him down, and Lanier took exception to it.
Well, before this play, though, Chaz Lanier with 10 points in 10 minutes. And this is a legit big-time shooter. You talked about his quick release, and it's a low quick release, which is a little unusual, but man, is he accurate. Reads the floor as a scorer, makes hard back cuts, can curl off of it with that NASCAR scoring cut. He is a handful, hard to guard, Chaz Lanier. And on the last play, Adu Thiero, bam, that's athlete on athlete. Adu just eats it up top.
Well, welcome back. Sometimes there are things bigger than the actual event. It has to do with the Dykes family today, as we remind everybody that our telecast today is brought to you by Sonic, the Sonic Blockbuster. You can live free and eat Sonic. That's Jimmy with his daughter, now a cheerleader here, Kennedy Dykes, and his wife and Kennedy's mom, Tiffany. A whole bunch of hard work went into that, and it's a culmination of what a moment. You really get a chill sitting here next to you watching her out there.
That's a special day for us, right? The first time that she's been cheering at a game that I've been announcing, and you know, she got recruited by Tennessee. Once she committed, she was all in. She loves it here, but her goal one day was to be cheering at a game that I'm announcing, and today's the game.
It's
so
amazing.
Yeah, nice stuff. Thank you.
21-13 here. Milicic is wide open underneath, and they did not get it to him. Quick pull-up. Boy, did he hold that basketball long enough to avoid having it blocked.
A great call by you, man. The hang time and a little bit of lean back. That's what great shot makers can do. Make guarded shots.
Lanier's got a dozen now. Tennessee is on quite a run. Thiero, that's good. You got to get him going.
And he's a downhill driving dude, man. Physical, tough, gets on the glass, can legitimately guard multiple positions.
He's got 4 already, and unbeaten Florida lost. Tennessee Tuesday will play at Florida. Lanier just off. Big rebound by Milicic.
The leading rebounder for Tennessee is Milicic, right at 8 a game, and he's very active on both glasses.
Seven on the shot clock. And near half court to try to get this thing started, and he's got trouble. 2 seconds. Milicic has to fire. Just off. Okpara picks up the offensive rebound, and they are dominating the glass on the offensive end.
No doubt, the 11th offensive rebound by Tennessee in this first half. Now that's a big number to give up for an entire game, and Tennessee's already got 11 of them. And it's frustrating if you're an Arkansas fan. You force a 40-foot shot at the shot clock and you can't clean up the miss.
Frustrating for number 9, Jonas Adu, going to the bench. He was feeling under the weather in their last game. He played. Cal seems to have maybe regretted getting him into that game. So he's still trying to get back to his full health. But this is a special and meaningful day for Adu. The former Volunteer now sits with 2 fouls.
Yeah, still has a great relationship with his former players here. Obviously not this week, not much contact, but I mean, Adu, when he's at his best, he's an all-SEC player, an all-SEC defensive player. He gives Arkansas that physical presence that you have to have in this league this year.
Milicic and Ivisic, both Croatia products. Sliding around on the ground after that first free throw was missed. Flan steps into a 3.
Yeah, money is like you've got to be at the line of scrimmage when Boogie Flan comes off of a ball screen. He'll make you pay.
Milicic wide open. That's a little too strong. Tipped up, no good. See if Flan feels it a little bit here after knocking down his first 3 today.
Ravi, the line of scrimmage, boom, right? That's the line of scrimmage when he comes off the ball screen. You have to win it.
Corner 3, too strong for Janelle. And he's going to be a player. Janelle Davis is going to be a scorer for Arkansas. Gainey fires. That's no good. Rebound offensive. No, Milicic. They got a dozen now. Ziegler, count it.
Now, sometimes it just works out. I mean, Milicic had the chance to come down and get an easy 2, but fires out to that reload 3. So difficult to defend at the college level.
Lead back up to 10. Fland, yeah, he's now back-to-back trips with a bucket.
He's the next good pro guard to come out of that Calipari recruiting system. He's electric in that pull-up jump shot for a kid in his first year.
They got a mismatch with Firo on top on Ziegler. Milicic.
Why, Adu, why?
Had Fland on him, but Firo picks up the foul.
Yeah, I'm saying what John Calipari's saying and thinking as well. He's too valuable for that reach. Right there, that's the line of scrimmage. And Okpara backs off the line of scrimmage. That's too much distance. You got to be up on a kid that's shooting 41% from the 3. The line of scrimmage important in the SEC. In football, it's just as important in basketball. And there's that reload 3 off the offensive rebound. Bam, money by Double Z.
He's got 5. He's at the free throw line. Zakai Ziegler knocks that down. Remember a couple years ago, had that terrible ACL that blew out February 28th. It was a game against Arkansas. He worked as hard as anybody ever has to get back, and he is obviously now 100%.
Yeah, that kid's got a lot of gumption. Talking about Zakai Ziegler. He made a tough Tennessee program tougher from day one when he stepped on campus.
Wagner wide open, no. Good pass from Fland. Brazil holds on to the rim. Shaq kicks. Ziegler again. Yes, sir. Stepped into a couple. He knocked them both down.
A great job. Not good. A great job by Meshack, Ravi, to make a play off of 2 feet at the SEC logo.
Tennessee warming from three-point land. They have scored Ziegler the last 8 for Tennessee.
Arkansas wants to get downhill. That's their money play when things get tight. And this kid with the ball is the best one they have doing it.
Fland pulls up. No good. And a chance now to go up 15 or 16 with a 3.
Tennessee made Fland see 3 white jerseys when he came off. Watch out.
Easy one. Up and in. Ziegler taking over the game. Everyone on their feet. By Ziegler, Brazil had it. And Calipari wanted a foul, didn't get it. Milicic down low, and there's going to be a foul against Arkansas. And Cal is irate right now. Everyone on their feet here at Thompson Bowling Arena. A 7-0 Tennessee run. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the all-new Sonic Queso Smashers. Live free. Eat Sonic.
Hoping she'd hold out for more NIL money. As a dad, you know.
To their points, though, the offensive rebounds, Tennessee has as many of those as Arkansas has rebounds at all.
Yeah, Milicic with 8 rebounds. Arkansas has 9 total. Tennessee 25-9 on the glass. To the point made in the studio, man. You don't want to rebound. You don't want to win. I've said it in all games in the league over the years, and that's showing up right now.
They have 3 more offensive rebounds, 12 than Arkansas does as a team, 9. And it's been this guy right here, and Phillips, too. When he came in, he's an absolute ball hawk. Anything that's up on the window, he goes after. So an all-around really good game. Milicic, 8 points and all those rebounds, and a silly foul there.
Tennessee has defended their tails off without fouling. That's only the 15th foul, but a careless 5th foul by Okpara, 94 feet away. Bear hug the ball. That's how Tennessee teaches their on-ball defense. They want to be wide spread out like you're bear hugging someone. And so far, pretty good job by the guys in white.
Yeah, Fland 5 points, Thero 4 points. Big Z's 3 is good. He can certainly do that. In fact, everybody seems to be able to do that. Doesn't matter how tall you are, you're shooting threes.
Yeah, he's one of the better pick and pop threats in this league. At that 5 position, shooting 45% from that 3-point line. Watch a lob.
Yeah, and you got a big 7-footer who got knocked in the face, and he's worried about that. Why Mashack picks it up.
And great job by Mashack to bam, deliver the blow himself, and then get himself to the backside of the rim.
And he got it ripped apart. Is it going to be on Mashack or Milicic? And it looks like it's going to be on Jemai Mashack.
There's that lob play that Big Z comes in. Again, you have to have confrontations at the rim in this league. And Mashack there delivered the blow to Thero to free himself up. And Mashack, just the heartbeat of this Tennessee program, along with Zakai Ziegler.
Big Z took one off his nose. And as a result, that allowed Mashack a little freeze. Watch it. There is a whistle. Calipari says, I can't believe it. You had it, and so did the entire Tennessee bench.
Yeah, a late call by Courtney Green, but the right call. You can't reach around and hook. That's just an easy automatic call right there. Courtney Green got a lot of help from that Tennessee bench, but it's certainly the right call.
I don't see any sort of stripes. I see a lot of orange. I don't see stripes, but they all acted like officials, and they were right.
They got striped britches.
Oh, there they are. You're right.
Them in Indiana.
Oh, boy, alley-oop to Okpara. Tennessee's doing everything they want right now.
Just like Andrea Carter talked about, that middle ball screen. Those easy points, man, hard to overcome when you're the visiting team.
Difficult shot. Thero went to the hole. And take a look at Okpara, Jimmy, who is the king of dunks. 27 of his 39 field goals have been on dunks.
Well, there it is. And this time you've got a 6'10 Milicic throwing it to Okpara. Again, the middle ball screen is money for Tennessee. You've got to impact that ball up top, Ravi. Knock it towards the timeline. You cannot allow that middle guy to continue to roll on a naked roll uncovered.
It's very easy when you look at the box score to see the biggest differentiator in this game have been the work on the glass that Tennessee has done. What a day. Women's hoop doubleheader tomorrow on ESPN and the app. Hannah Hidalgo, a terrific shooter. Number 3 Notre Dame. They get 17th ranked North Carolina at 1. And then right here, Tennessee, number 15 in the country, also unbeaten, hosts number 9 Oklahoma. Hidalgo leading Notre Dame with 26, but man, how about the men's and women's programs here?
The only 2 teams in the country that are undefeated from the same campus. Kim Caldwell in first year at Tennessee as women's coach. She has gotten those gals in shape. They average, Ravi, 98 points a game, the Lady Vols. They've gone over 106 different times. They put 139 on North Carolina Central earlier this year, and that Tennessee women's program started off unranked, and there they are watching today, but man, they are a handful.
Ziegler thought he had deflected that off of Boogie Fland. It'll stay Arkansas ball, but look at how difficult a time Arkansas is having getting it in.
What's a very important 139 now for Arkansas. You don't want this thing to grow to a 20-point lead. It could if they don't close this last 90 seconds out well.
Get it to Knox. He's got a man underneath Brazil. He's going to get fouled by Phillips.
That's the gamble when you extend your defense 94 feet, is losing a shooter, a 3-point shooter at the back of your press breaker or a dunker out of the dunk spot. And Brazil playing his best basketball as a Razorback lately, that's gotten a physical game. That's a really nice pass. And Cade Phillips with an energy play and a hustle play to break it up. And again, have a confrontation at the rim. Very important.
While Brazil shoots free throws, Knox was the guy that threw the alley-oop. Knox is one of 5 kids on this team who have had either a brother or father play for John Calipari. 4 of them played at Memphis when he was there, who have sons on the team. And, of course, Carter, his brother Kevin, played for Cal at Kentucky.
Cal is a Hall of Fame coach, but he's a Hall of Fame relationship builder and sticking with his guys. That's why you see those sons playing after their dad did as well. It's a trip.
It's going to be a foul on Thiero as he continues to have the difficulty staying in front of the man he's defending. And that's where you get frustrated with that foul, Jimmy, out near half court.
No doubt.
Unnecessary one.
And to your point, Thiero is one of, if not Arkansas's best defender. And if he's struggling to stay in front of the ball, that's why you see this lead right now at 15 and the potential to grow.
Double bonus for Tennessee as they have 40 points here with 1:18 to go. Well, Kentucky at home today. They held court. They knocked off unbeaten Florida. Over 100 points in that one. I think they had 5 guys in double figures. Mark Pope continues to show that there is life after Cal, and it's a little bit of a refreshing one for the Wildcat fans, the way things have played out so far.
And, you know, honestly, it's a win-win for Arkansas and Kentucky. When Cal left Kentucky, it gives Kentucky a new start, but it's also given Cal a new start.
Look at Ziegler. They got numbers 2-on-1. Big time block that time by Knox. Terrific, went straight up.
A great play. This kid could be a defensive star down the line. 6'6" freshman, originally committed to Kentucky, a McDonald's All-American. His older brother Kevin played for Cal at Kentucky to continue that relationship, but he's a driving, slashing effort kid, 11 in red.
Carter's brother Kevin now in the NBA's G League. Looks like Don Daly and company just want to make sure what the shot clock should be.
The following play is under review for a possible reset of the shot clock.
Gives us a little opportunity. Let's talk a little bit about the top of the SEC, because we talk so much about the conference itself. You know, when you look at the way this thing was set up, it was Auburn, Alabama, then Tennessee. Tennessee wasn't picked to finish first, even though they're number 1. And then Florida. Is Kentucky, with today's win, entered the conversation for top team in the conference?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. I love that team offensively. You saw what they did today, man. They're a juggernaut, especially on their home floor.
After review, the ball did not hit rim. 1:04 on the game clock, 26 on the shot clock.
But, Ravi, it gets real now. Rick Barnes told his team yesterday, every individual stat you've accumulated, every team stat that we put up means nothing right now as we step into the most difficult conference in all of college basketball historically. And I know you have to be complete on both ends of the floor. Tennessee, one of those teams right now in the top 20, both offensive and defensive efficiency. And think about Tennessee. They're number 2 in the country, Ravi, only allowing 56 points a game. That's what they're tracking right now, with Arkansas only having 25 with 1:04 to go.
Students, of course, are on winter break, and yet this building is sold out. Kentucky looked like a sellout, obviously, today in Lexington. Not only do the teams put on shows, but the fans who are in the building are spoiled every night. And you're going to get a great game night in and night out.
Yeah, you and I step into a sold-out arena Tuesday night at Florida.
Yes.
Already sold out, waiting for what is now the number 1 team in the country, Tennessee, to come in.
And playing like it so far, up 42-25.
Moving screen.
And yes, it was.
That cannot happen. You go over out-of-bounds plays time and time and time again. It's a timing play. And it's one thing to have a moving screen in live action, but certainly not off of an out-of-bounds play.
They get it on Lanier. He picks up his first. 17-point lead, minute to go. Can Arkansas cut into it and give themselves a little momentum? They got shooters on the floor with Wagner, Davis, and Fland. Fland, the drive, soft touch, wow. Boogie Fland.
I mean, that was great defense and better offense.
Yeah, about a 6-second difference, and Rick Barnes is going to try to set up a play here with 22 on the shot clock. We got a timeout here, and we will take it with him. We'll be back in 30.
Boogie Fland is phenomenal with his right hand. And this is outstanding defense, surrounded by white jerseys, but he takes a little bit of a hit, keeps his concentration high. Tough kid out of Bronx, New York. He and Zakai Ziegler for Tennessee both hardened their game playing on the blacktops in that city.
Yeah.
And those guards come out there. This kid's 6'3". They know how to go make something out of nothing. And a terrific job by Fland on that last possession.
That right hand has led to a whole bunch of points,
Yeah.
not only individually but collectively. 81 assists now. Wagner is second on the team. He has half that number. That's how important the freshman Boogie Fland is to the success of John Calipari's Razorbacks. And what do they do with 22 on the shot clock? They'll go quick. And an air ball, and near offensive rebound picked up. That ball thrown out of bounds, though. A mistake from Davis.
Just playing
Check that,
too,
I should say Richardson.
Yeah, just playing too fast. And now Tennessee, will take the last shot of this first half and probably give themselves a chance for an offensive rebound as good as they've been on the glass, right?
100%.
In order to do that, you got to trigger the play about 8 seconds.
Milicic spins. Try to dump it off. They got 1 second to fire it up, and they didn't know it. Unable to increase it, but the Vols outscored Arkansas over the last 14 minutes, 33-15. The two first-half stars, Zakai Ziegler, 10 points and 4 assists. Jazz Lanier was outstanding. He had 5 of 8 shots, including 2 of 3 from 3. All Vols in their first SEC outing at home against Arkansas. We're now sent to the studio, Kevin Connors, Andrea Carter, and Seth Greenberg. 15-point cushion, guys. Back to you. For one of these two teams. Pre-game, all handshakes and hugs and smiles. Relaxed. It changed for the guy in the red. Not a good first half for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Destroyed on the glass, both on the offensive and defensive end. It would be a very easy halftime speech, I would think, and it's going to be very telling what happens when they come out of this break.
Tennessee's the most physical club in college basketball, right? It shows up defensively, how they check you in a legal way, but it shows up on the glass. And Arkansas was not ready for the fist fight that was going on those missed shots. Now, can it get corrected? Yes, but it's going to have to in a hurry. Because Tennessee right now, they're taking advantage at times of Arkansas switching, which gives them an advantage, but they're just outworking Arkansas on both ends when the ball's above that rim. And Tennessee they come in out rebounding folks by 10 a game. And so far, they are putting a large knot on the head of Arkansas in the rebounding department. We know this about Arkansas. They have fought their way back before in games. They were down against Michigan and scored 57 points in a 16-minute stretch. It's a dynamic offensive team for Arkansas, but they got to get going these first 4 minutes.
No Razorbacks scored in double figures. 3 Tennessee Volunteers with at least 10 points. We're ready. Second half of our Sonic blockbuster matchup. And Tennessee inbounds with a comfortable cushion. Up by 15. Fland on the floor to start against Ziegler. Near turnover, good hustle on the floor, and it's going to be a jump, and the ball will go to Arkansas.
Well, Arkansas, right, they got to get on a streak on both ends of the floor. They've got to get hot defensively, and they got to get hot offensively.
Lanier had 14, Ziegler 10 to lead the way for Tennessee in the first half. Every time they inbounds the ball, it's been a challenge for Arkansas. It doesn't matter where the ball's being inbounded.
Nothing easy, right?
Fland sees a lane, drives up, no good. Ball cleared by Milicic, who's been terrific with another rebound. Pull up 3, quick one, halfway down and out for Lanier.
Well, Calipari has already shown us what he wants in this second half. He wants his guards getting a piece of that paint. Back-to-back possessions to start the second half.
Nice take by Wagner, Jimmy. He had the first 7 of the game for Arkansas. He has not had many since, but he knocks in those 2.
And it came off of the initial paint touch to make Tennessee get into rotation, which is not easy to do.
Wagner's got 10. Keep chipping away and do it on the defensive end. Big time size advantage, and Milicic takes advantage of it, but he couldn't finish.
Good start by Arkansas to start this second half.
Adu very quiet, former Tennessee Volunteer. No points, 2 fouls, 2 rebounds, and a turnover there for Arkansas. Meshack, a blow by, and from behind comes Thero. What a big block, Ziegler. Cold start for Tennessee, but give Thero credit. Davis, one-on-one. Kick, Flan, 3. No.
Well, the ones you have to make, right? It is not easy to get a wide open look against Tennessee.
Elicic now has 11 rebounds on the way to a huge number. That one's good, an easy one. That's like a layup for Lanier.
Like I said, he's making 4.5 3-point shots per game over the last 9 games. You have got to make him do something off the bounce and be there on the catch.
He's got 17, 3 threes in the game. Tenacious defense by Tennessee with 6 on the shot clock. The high screen, and Okpara leaned into Fland.
Bad foul by Okpara.
That's his third.
Watch Chaz Lanier over here. When he catches that basketball, freeze it. That's too much space. I mean, you've got to be up tight enough to you cannot allow him to rise up and fire and make him put it on the floor. Just about a half step late is all a great shooter needs, and he is one.
That shot translate to the next level? Where it comes from?
No doubt. Now, it's a little low, but to your point, it is fast, man, off the trigger.
Wagner. Boy, it has been a nightmare for Thero. He cannot get anything going, and he is their drive guy.
He's being checked, though, by Meshack, one of the best defenders in all of college basketball, 15 in white, a guy that can legitimately guard 1 through 4. A lot of guys say it, not very many guys can do it.
Phillips hands to Ziegler. They have that roll. Meshack in paint. He kicks another 3 for Lanier. And Cal can't believe they've left him open for 2.
That was a big-time offensive possession by Tennessee, though. Multiple guys making plays off of 2 feet to find a wide-open Lanier for that backside bomb.
Third straight game, Lanier has gone for 20, and it's falling apart right now for the Razorbacks. One more. That would have sent the roof off of this Food City Center if he knocked that down. Pretty play that time by Wagner. Lanier will pick up the foul.
Good job by Wagner to find the contact. And this is Tennessee bringing that ball. Look at playing off of 2 feet. Bam, stick it, play off of 2 feet. And you find that backside Lanier wide open when you do. You get a defense rotation, you make them play out of closeouts. Man, good things happen for you.
It's a different look, but there's a similar feel to what Dalton Connect was doing last year.
Like he's a guy that could go on a 9, 10, 11-0 run all by himself,
yes,
right?
Yes, sir. No doubt. Full court pressure applied by Brazil and Fland. Ziegler looking for an open man. It's Milicic way out top. Plenty of time on the shot clock at 15. Arkansas is extending that defense a little bit. Lanier with 5 on the shot clock. Pretty move and a drive that was deflected. May have been Adu or Brazil. Brazil had 6 blocks in his last game. Where will Arkansas get their points from?
Well, Boogie Fland and Adu Thero are the guys. Fland the only one on the floor right now. Thero not. But you've got to continue if you're Arkansas, right? You've got to fight and get in the paint. Good things will happen if you do.
Lanier deep again. He missed again. Boogie Fland lost it. It ends up in the hands of Wagner. Look at Fland hustle. Phillips may have hurt his shoulder, Jimmy. He's in pain on this sideline and grabbing at his left arm, elbow, shoulder area.
The Tennessee team that is already banged up coming in with 9 healthy scholarship guys. You're going to see right here Cade Phillips on the collision for the ball. Just gets stung.
Rick Barnes, John Calipari have met 21 times overall. This was their first in the SEC. It was February 2nd, 2016. Kentucky looked like they were running away with this thing. All of a sudden, after being down 21, the Vols roared back. It was a 10-0 run in this thing, cut it to 6. Kevin Punter Jr. had 27. Armani Moore had 18 and 13. And the Vols won 84-77. Barnes in orange, 11 and 10 in his career against Cal, and leading this one 48-32. But our producer Scott Matthews dug up that story back in the 70s. Barnes was an assistant basketball coach at Davidson. And at University of Pittsburgh, Tim Gergerich invited him and Cal to help coach a kids camp. Barnes' team ended up beating Cal's team in the championship game. And Barnes did have the benefit of Sean Miller on the team.
That helps a little bit, right? At a kids camp. Good job by Arkansas, the timeout to pound that thing inside. Arkansas, they got the firepower to go on an 8-9-0 run. And cut into this lead quickly.
Yeah, they need it. I'd like to see it down to 10 and then single digits. And they don't have an answer for Lanier, who 7 times in the last 10 games has gone over 20 points. He's taking a break right now, and Meshack works the baseline. With 2 seconds, fired it up, and he drew the foul. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Wagner picks up the foul. Jimmy, you ready for a little more football? North Dakota State, Montana State, the 47th annual FCS championship game. Monday, 7 Eastern time, ESPN Deportes, ESPN Plus, in English and Spanish. Not just the college football playoff, this is a football championship game. Monday at 7, ESPN, ESPN Plus.
Ravi, I mentioned earlier that Cal and Coach Barnes have known each other for 45 years, so there's no surprises going in. They know the strengths and the tendencies of how they want to play the game. Cal knew coming in how physical this game was going to be, how you have to finish your cuts. You got to play through contact. You got to battle on the glass. Sometimes it takes kids a half to go through it to really understand what Coach was telling us the last 2 or 3 days. Maybe that's the case for Arkansas right now. Plenty of time left in this game.
First foray for Fland into SEC conference play as a freshman. And what a pressure cooker to do it here at Tennessee against the number 1 team in the country. Adu gets it to go, and he's quickly picked up 4 points.
Some of that sprint out ball screen action that Adu used to do with the Tennessee Volunteer. That's a very difficult shot for a 7-footer on the move.
Gainey, that's another one on Wagner. Gainey has put on a lot of muscle. One of the things you notice about Tennessee basketball players and their buddy Garrett Maidenwald, who was their strength and conditioning coordinator, who was an animal by himself, they all put on weight, man. They put on big-time muscle. Gainey probably added 7 to 10 pounds of muscle.
Well, they compete in the weight room just like they compete on the floor. It's the culture that Rick Barnes brought with him from Austin, Texas. And you're playing against an inner will and strength when you play Tennessee as much as anything.
Gainey's sticking his head into the chest of Wagner. Official Don Daly is going to ask him, could you stop? Looking for a noogie off the shirt of Wagner. Meshack with the hard cut, and there's contact. It's Brazil who picks up the foul. Trevin Brazil has been very quiet today, Jimmy, for Arkansas. And he's got 2 points.
Yeah, they need his motor to get hot. He's been playing his best basketball as a Razorback because he's been more physical, but negated in this game so far.
Well, he's going to be negated even further because he's going to sit on the bench. They bring Thero back in. And he's dealing with some foul trouble. Bounce off Fland.
And man, Arkansas so much more aggressive defensively in the second half. Really pressuring the ball hard, playing with their own physical brand defensively.
So you could feel the offense get a little sputtery.
Yeah.
And now Chaz Lanier back into the game. Lanier 20 points. 7 of 14 shooting 4 threes. Ziegler kicks. Milicic launches a high arcing three, and he finds the bottom. He's got a double-double now.
What a pass by Zakai Ziegler. He knew the entire time from the first bounce exactly where he was going with that basketball.
5 assists for Zakai Ziegler. Flan needs it, and that's off and short to the left. Add it down to 13, back up to 16, chance to grow it. Ten to go on the shot clock. Now 5. Gainey into the paint. Fall away. There's a good take, Wagner, and he's able to get it using that rim as a shield to avoid the block.
He has to continue to be a downhill guard, talking about Wagner, Ravi. I mean, he can get to the paint about any time he wants. Really good that time in their early offense.
He's got 15 of their 38. Near ball fake, he got wrapped up with the leg of Knox. I've seen guys create fouls by running into an arm or an elbow. It was a foot that time, a leg.
Why does Zakai Ziegler average 8 assists a ball game? Because he knows exactly where he's going with the basketball from the first bounce. He knows the shooter's right here, and that's exactly where he's going with it. Just drive it in that empty corner and find that fill guy from behind. His eyes lead him to where shooters are, as well as we have in the college game.
11 points, 11 rebounds for Milicic, who's having a very, very good game. Been a bit of a slow start scoring-wise for the senior out of Croatia. A very good game today. He's 6'10", 225.
His dad, Igor, is the head coach of the Polish national team, and he was actually on Poland's 12-man Olympic qualifying roster this summer. A lot of experience for number 7 in white.
Lanier knocks down 2 free throws. He's now up to 22 points, 75% free throw shooter. Wide open Flan, not good. He missed to the right and short, and the 12th rebound for Milicic. Good hands by Thero. Gainey's back. Watch out. Wow. He challenged him, and wow, Thero brought thunder.
That is an NBA athlete waiting to happen right there. You cannot run through a pass and jackhammer it any better than what the dude Thero just did.
If you knew Gainey was going to challenge him.
Yes.
They're doing a lot of dribbling and then a fadeaway. Not a good trip down, but another offensive rebound. And then the pass into the backcourt. That'll be a turnover.
Ready, watch it do, Thero. Just sniff it out. He can lock you down defensively. He can make some wow plays as well. Runs through the pass. And right here, he knows he's coming. And with a left paw, just hammers it home. Arkansas trying to fight their way back in with 11:29 to go.
At 33, Elijah Martin had 26, and they gave up 106 to the Gators to Kentucky. 8 straight games against Quad 1 opponents. There was that statistic going around, Jimmy, that these 16 most difficult schedules in college basketball are all 16 teams in the SEC.
Not sure that's ever happened before, but to your point, that Florida backcourt, along with Will Richard as well, is as good as we have not only this league but in the country. And that building will be rocking Tuesday night if Tennessee holds on and comes in as undefeated at number 1.
Bailey is discussing this with Will Howard. He pointed again, and now we change it, and the crowd goes crazy.
Again, Tennessee just making life heck on Arkansas to inbounds the ball. Just full body denial, and Arkansas just not making a second cut or just tough enough to get open a couple of times in this game.
Good news, Cade Phillips, who had that stinger in that left shoulder, back on the floor for Tennessee. He just hands it off to Ziegler, who looks for Milicic. They left him open, but he didn't take it.
Ball has not gotten to the paint one time on this possession until now.
It's Mashack, and he goes with the right. Look at the active Phillips to pick it up.
Ravi just getting the ball to the paint, got Arkansas to defensive rotation, and allowed for the easy cleanup on the left side.
He's got a nose for the basketball, this Cade Phillips.
No doubt. Arkansas, 12 of its 13 points in this half are in the paint. They only had 6 paint points in the entire first half.
Well, Big C missed a 3. Fland runs it down. Now they go in the paint, and there's a foul. Is it going to be on Phillips? The alley-oop was thrown.
Watch Mashack, bam, play off of 2 feet. He gets a shot off, and sometimes their value against a good defense just to get the shot up on the rim or on the glass. And Cade Phillips making a play out of the dunker spot. Tennessee so good at taking their big guy, Ravi, and playing him in the short corner for those easy lob plays, offensive rebound, putback type plays.
Phillips has played 10 minutes. He's got 4 rebounds.
Yeah, he is relentless. Rick Barnes was all into him yesterday at practice. Cade Phillips, for about 60 seconds, all he could say was, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
I think he was into a few of the guys.
He was into everybody.
He spoke to us before the game. He said, I lit him up. I lit him up. I lit him up. Did he light you up? Yeah, I mean,
he did. I was afraid to breathe.
Mashack picks up the foul. Arkansas has missed their last 6 3-point field goals. So free throws coming with 10:32 to go. Reminder again, tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time, North Texas will take on Memphis. Benny Hardaway's team's got a couple of nice wins. They host 10-3 North Texas, the Mean Green, 5 Eastern, 4 Central on ESPN. How good's PJ Haggerty been?
With 2 misses, everybody gets a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
We're eating.
Yep, we're eating. I had it for lunch. I'll eat it again on the way home.
So everybody means like everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Richardson banged by Milicic. Ziegler penetrates the paint, waits for a cutter. Who picks it up? Phillips. Lanier. Ziegler. Off to the left with a hustle. The tenacity of Tennessee on the offensive glass has got them this 16-point lead.
Never think about Arkansas. Thiero and Fland, the leading scorers, only 6 points and 7 points so far in this game. Tennessee they just have a knack to make you beat them with a 3rd or 4th scorer, not your top 2 guys.
That's a great point.
And they're doing it today.
Yeah, that's a great point. And again, you assume that Davis, who's still a little bit under the weather with no points, is going to be one of those offensive threats, especially with his outside shooting, but 0 today. Fland, a secondary help there from Gainey may have altered the shot.
Now, how many teams, what makes Tennessee good was that play right there defensively. The first defender, but then the second defender was right there behind for the support.
Ziegler takes Adu to the hole like he wasn't there.
And told him about it on the back sprint.
Thiero, not a big 3-point shooter, and you saw there why. 18-point cushion, 9 to go. The SEC opener for both these teams. It's a hard drive by Fland.
That is so good. It's not easy to get downhill against Tennessee.
Watch it, inbounds pass. Whoa. Ziegler ends up on the first row. Wagner. Well, they're ice cold. They've missed their last 9 3-point field goals.
I said when Zakai Ziegler came to Knoxville, he made a tough Tennessee program even tougher. Not easy to do, but the little blow-by of Adu, and right there just a little bit of a chirp back. And these 2 guys went to battle with each other over the last 3 years, and now they're opponents. That's modern-day college basketball, but man, is Zakai Ziegler. There's not a bigger Valentine in the game.
What do you think he said? Shouldn't have left.
I miss you.
I miss you. Being a big Valentine, that would be more appropriate. On the floor. Look at the Razorbacks all over Gainey, and a jump ball. It'll be Tennessee's. I should say Arkansas's, but no, Tennessee's ball. But Wagner and Brazil got after it. Jimmy, what's the number here? 8:37 to go, 16 points. Is there some number that Arkansas is looking to get to at a particular point?
Well, I think by the 6-minute mark, you got to get this thing down to 10, and Cal's probably going to talk about that. Right now, it's just about back-to-back stops, back-to-back makes. Just keep chipping away if you're the Hogs right now. Woo Pig's not done.
Well, if you look at the schedule, the SEC on ESPN, the SEC network loaded today, ESPN loaded today, ABC loaded today with hockey, NFL. The SEC network slate of games is unbelievable. It will be this way every Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, 4 Eastern, 3 Central. Auburn, Missouri, huge opportunity for Missouri. Oklahoma unbeaten at number 5, Alabama. Night capped off another big one, Texas and A&M. Again, you look at individual players, Mississippi State, A&M, superior backcourt play. But boy, what a schedule today, and like every day on the SEC network with college basketball, men's and women's.
No doubt, and because Rick Barnes called a timeout, he had a new 10-second count to work with.
Yep.
Now, it's interesting. Oklahoma, the surprise in my eyes of the SEC so far, being unbeaten. I saw them in the Battle for Atlantis when they won that tournament. Jeremiah Fears is as good of a freshman point guard as there is in the country, along with this Boogie Flank kid from Arkansas.
Good block. Milicic had it. Couldn't get it. They keep battling. And Okpara out of bounds. It is the story of the game, the offensive window work by the Volunteers.
Just multiple efforts on the glass, right? That's Tennessee's 19th offensive rebound in this game.
At some point, Arkansas's got to wonder, and I'm sure they'll what the heck hit us in that game? Wide open underneath. Out of bounds play works for the Vols. Gainey lays it up and in.
Just what did Tennessee do, right? They lifted their entire offense like you can do in the half-court offense. They just got it from the baseline out of bounds under, took away the help.
Trevin Brazil has not been a threat offensively at all today.
That's a grab.
By both Milicic and Gainey. He'll give that to Milicic. We'll take a timeout. 7:55 to go. An 18-point lead for number 1 and unbeaten Tennessee.
Having good out-of-bounds play by Tennessee a couple of possessions ago. Gainey's known as a shooter, but he's also a smart scorer. He's just going to go on a little cut here to the basket. Adu for Arkansas is guarding a non-shooter in the corner. He should pick up this cut, and he doesn't do it. And Gainey just slips right there, kind of a little reverse elevator play going on. Now, once he comes clean out of it, Adu's got to see that, and you cannot allow a guy to go completely unharmed to the rim for a clean cut. And Tennessee, very good out-of-bounds defense today and out-of-bounds offense.
You're watching ESPN's Sonic Blockbuster. Story of the game, the 20 offensive rebounds Tennessee has in the game. 20. Height advantage, Brazil. He got muscled out of there by Gainey, and Adu throws up a brick 3. He'll stay with Arkansas. Jonas Adu doesn't have a 3-point field goal this season.
What's the slip?
And Knox, who has been a good shooter, finally gets a 3-pointer to go. Been very quiet today. Carter Knox now with 6.
Ravi, his shot is developing because outside of practice, he's taken between 2,500 and 3,000 shots on his own, according to that Arkansas staff. Putting in the work.
Ziegler's going all curly kneel there. He had 2 guys on him, dribbled on the floor, and was able to get out of it. Discombobulated set here by Tennessee. They're trapped in that corner. They got 5. Gainey fires.
Arkansas has had some really good defensive possessions in the second half to build off of. I know they're down 15, but there's some good things on this film for Cal in the second 20 minutes.
Ball was tipped on the way by Ziegler. Brazil thought about it, and then he left it there. Wagner picked it up. 10 on the shot clock. Brazil. Well, they've had a number go halfway down, but an empty trip for Arkansas. They can't afford many of those.
And Tennessee will continue to grind you now in the half-court offense. They set big boy screens, very physical, getting that ball side to side.
Fland picks up his second. And Boogie wants to get a break, so Janelle Davis is going to come on in for him.
If you look at the freshman talent in this league, Tahad Pettiford at Auburn, Jeremiah Fears at Oklahoma, Trey Johnson leads the SEC in scoring, big guard from Texas, Asa Newell from Georgia, Boogie Fland, just loaded.
This is not a one-year thing. Ziegler took a finger to the eye. They get 7 on the clock. So they knock down a 3. It's Gainey.
What a weapon Gainey is, man. He comes with confidence as a shooter. You know, he made the game winner at Illinois, and he has just gone to a whole nother level ever since that closeout play. And one of the better wins in college basketball by Tennessee at Illinois. Illinois put a whooping on Oregon Friday night.
On the road, as Wagner will shoot a couple of free throws.
It's interesting how sometimes one play can kind of change the trajectory of how you think as a player. Your confidence goes to another level, your belief. And Rick Barnes called his number at Illinois without having to call a timeout and backups on the floor. Gainey gets it with a full head of steam coming downhill and gets a shot off right at the buzzer to a walk-off win for Tennessee at Illinois, who I think is the best team in the Big Ten.
16 for Wagner. Iowa State's having a terrific start to their season as well. Big 12. Kansas has stumbled a little bit.
Yeah.
Houston stumbled a little bit. Milicic eyed it up. Force-fed one to Okpara. That's blocked by Adu. I heard this question a lot. What do you think? The idea that the SEC is so thick, so heavy. How will the committee view the losses versus, you know, the wins? How do they measure those things? Because they're going to beat each other up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance you could have a 7-11 record in the SEC this year and still get in the NCAA, Ravi, because of the work they did in non-conference. That's where they have made their mark this year at an elite level, unlike any time before. I think the regular season champ could very well have 5 losses in the SEC.
Acrobatic play, Ziegler. Milicic finds another offensive rebound, and that right there has been this game.
It deserves to go in. When you continue to pound people on the offensive glass, those reload threes just have a knack of going in.
Milicic outstanding, and halfway down, no, and Brazil slaps at it. And frustration for Trevin Brazil. Elation for the Volunteers.
The 22nd offensive rebound by Tennessee results in another bang. Chaz Lanier, open three-point look. That is a monster number, is it not, by Tennessee
21
today?
Yeah.
21 now?
16 rebounds for Milicic. And Lanier has 25 points. All you have to do is show that one highlight. Arkansas could watch that all day and say, this is why we lost the game.
No doubt. Milicic with a career high 16 rebounds. This kid is so versatile.
And look at Lanier, 25 points, 5 3-point field goals. A frustration foul there for Brazil, who now has got 4. Wagner drove, and he threw it right to number 5 in White.
Yeah, hope is not a plan, and that was a hope pass.
Gainey. It's not as if the long rebound has been the reason for the 21-plus offensive rebounds. There have been many inside the paint. And that is Lanier at his best. He's got 27.
I say money because that's what Tennessee calls that play, their money play. Put a shooter under the rim, let him come out off of either side.
It's a 21-point lead for Tennessee and a blowout in their SEC opener at home, unfolding against Arkansas.
Well, Tennessee time and time again has knocked that ball screen offensive player out towards the timeline, making it very difficult to turn the corner. Tennessee came in, Ravi, only giving up 56 points per game. And Arkansas is going to have to fight to get to 56 with 4 to go.
Yeah, you can see the looks on the faces of the Arkansas players. Frustration for Adu as he comes back to Tennessee and has been incredibly quiet.
Well, look, Arkansas is a good team, deserving of a top 25 ranking. Here's the lesson in this game. You can't let one loss become 2 losses this year. You have to flush things out quickly and get on to the next opponent.
Lanier's 27, a season high. Milicic nearly got tackled by Thero, and they got Adu Thero with a foul. A timeout on the floor. It's going to allow some fans to head for the exits. All orange at home, 68-47. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by the all-new Sonic Queso Smashers. Live free, eat Sonic. This has been a smash down for Tennessee. Offensively, on the glass, they have been relentless with 20-plus offensive rebounds. 68-47, the upcoming schedule. Well, we'll be there Tuesday night, ESPN2 for that game against Florida. And then on the road at Texas, Georgia at Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. There's no soft part of the schedule, but this may be as soft for them, and I'm not knocking anybody, but you don't see Auburn, you don't see Alabama, you don't see Kentucky.
Yeah, well, Rick Barnes returning to Texas, and that Texas program has not been the same since Coach Barnes left. And he didn't leave there with bad feelings, and he has found a beautiful spot for him to finish his career here in Knoxville. You know, interesting, Coach Cal and Rick Barnes and Bill Self, the only 3 active coaches, Ravi, with over 800 wins. And Cal and Rick have a special relationship. They call each other with big decisions. They talk basketball in the offseason. They bounce ideas off one another.
Yeah. This is going to be the 825th win, 820th win for Barnes. Cal has 824. So Barnes 4 wins behind Cal.
Well, Arkansas is not going to win a lot of games in the SEC this year when Boogie Flan and Thero are both held to single digits. Flan with 9 and Thero with only 6. There's just not enough offensive left on that offensive.
Wagner's 3, that's no good. Milicic picks up another rebound as he just continues to add to his career high.
I mean, where's that 3rd score, for Arkansas? Nelly Davis, you thought at the beginning of the year, but hasn't panned out yet.
Fland, Wagner, Thero taking it to the hoop, but not today. Tennessee's going to improve to 13-1 at home against top 25 teams. Hard to the hole to add to it.
They drive the ball, Tennessee, with force. And they get to that free throw line. Think about Arkansas. They came in averaging 82 points a game. They're being held right now below 50 with 2:30 to go. That Tennessee defense, Ravi, it is suffocating, relentless. Every possession is graded on film, and they talk truth in their film sessions. They have great player-to-player accountability from the years that I've been around them in terms of holding each other accountable every play, every pass on the defensive end of the floor. It's as good as I've seen.
Lanier pulls up. That's a little bit off. Milicic still being irritating on the offensive glass in spite of a 25-point lead and 2 minutes on the clock. So for Cal, Ole Miss at home Wednesday on ESPN2. Then they get the Gators at home. The thing about their schedule, there appears to be this sort of 2 at home, 2 on the road, 2 at home, 2 on the road, almost the rest of the way.
Well, this would have been house money if Arkansas could have won on the road today at Tennessee. Like I said, you've got to now regroup and make sure you win your home games as well. And every coach in the league understands that formula. Tennessee was a complete performance today, right? They had multiple guys make threes. They pounded the thing inside, dominated the glass. They locked down a good offensive Arkansas team. Number 1 team in the country, and there's a reason why.
It looked good today, no doubt about it.
Well, we talked about this league, and look what it is in the net rankings. The Big Ten's having a great year as well, but 15 teams, Ravi, out of a 16-team league are in that top 60, which is uncommon and unheard of. The Big Ten and the Big 12 chasing them right now. The ACC just in a really awkward down spot right now. They got to get things figured out and corrected in that league overall, but on Selection Sunday, the SEC and the Big Ten are going to have a large chunk of that bracket.
Lanier thought about it with the little fake, and then he pulls it up. It's a pretty shot from the baseline. He's got 29. The two standouts, Lanier's 29, Milicic 17 rebounds, 13 points.
It's so hard to get to Lanier's ball because of that little lean back. He's all up 6'4", great explosiveness.
Nightmare of a day for Janelle Davis. Milicic, they credit him with 18 rebounds. Now a career high. Again, he adds to it. Ziegler puts the brakes on. We're at a minute to go. The alley-oop. Knocks it down. He is a dunking machine.
Why not get it one more time?
Yeah.
It's been there all afternoon long for Tennessee. And what a clinic defensively Tennessee threw at Arkansas today, struggling to get to 50.
Good hands, Milicic playing volleyball. Now a block. He is doing it all. What a day for Igor Milicic, the senior out of Croatia.
This kid got very little time, Milicic, as a true freshman of Virginia. There's that middle ball screen again. Arkansas just falling asleep. I mean, you've got to tag and hit that roller. If not, just keep throwing it. And Zakai Ziegler shakes everybody hand and says, well done, and they'll start preparing for Florida tomorrow.
Yeah, he held Flan to now 12 points. He was on the floor for most of the 9, and then Boogie just rises for a 3. Things Arkansas can take from this game, what are they going to talk about?
Well, they have to understand that this is how it's going to be every night in the SEC. That physicality and the war that's on the glass is not going to go away. It's on every team in this league. That's how they play. And Arkansas, there's no other way to say it. They got pumped today on the glass. They will learn from it. I think Arkansas is a tough, competitive, hard-nosed team. They just got knocked around by the #1 team in the country today.
Lanier comes out, standing ovation for those still here, and it's still very crowded. 29 points. Not a bad way to start your SEC conference career. (76-52) the final score. Tennessee, and Barnes moves one closer in the all-time win list to John Calipari. They are #1 for a reason, and it's been a long time since they started 14-0. For Mr. Ireland, our director, Scott Matthews, our producer, Jimmy Dykes, I'm Carl Ravitch saying so long with Tennessee's win. NFL Countdown Special Edition starts now.